to all you Sagittarians. Welcome to this yearly forecast of 2014 for the sign of Sagittarius. So especially when you have a Sagittarius rising, but also with a sun in Sagittarius, a moon in Sagittarius, or if you've got a stellium, so more planets in Sagittarius. I'm very happy to tell you that 2014 has a lot of your opportunities for Sagittarians. Now, why is that? It's going to be a year of, you know, it's like the first half of the year has a bit of more still the water energy going on. I'll explain in a minute. And the second part of the year is going to be more a fiery emphasis on the element fire. And I'll explain that in a minute. So, as I've probably talked before, people who are Sagittarians, they are having a bit of not a strange experience, but they have so much of the water houses being activated. And you are a fire sign. You know, I have my rising sign in Sagittarius as well, so I think I can align very well with the energy of the fiery Sagittarius. It always wants to know more, and that always wants to have fun and enjoy life. And when so many planets are in water signs, as at the moment this is the fact, it can be a bit frustrating because you don't really have the feeling that you are proceeding, but actually you are, because things are happening behind the scenes. The water houses are the houses that we are not always showing, which is the 4th house, the 8th house and the 12th house. And you're not always showing what is happening. And so that won't go on. I mean, as from, I think, August? No, it's already as from the middle of July, Jupiter, your ruler, is going to shift from that watery Cancerian energy to the Leo energy. And that is fantastic for you because it lines up to other planets and you will feel that you're going somewhere again. And but actually that will be the fruits of what you've been doing in 2013 and during the first half of 2014. So the better you pay attention and that you are aware of the changes that are going on within you, the better you will get the fruits out of that. So many Sagittarians are now preparing for the Saturn entering your sign at the very end of the year. I think it's around December, the end of December. So actually Saturn is going to, the planet of responsibility, the planet of boundaries, the planet of structure, is going to enter your sign at the end of this year, so more the beginning of 2015, which is a whole new cycle. In other words, yes, a lot of Sagittarians are finishing up things, are finishing up parts of themselves. And that is because Saturn is there in that 12th house. It's going to be there for the whole year again in 2014. But now you are used to that energy. Now you are used to the fact that there is structure going on with your blind spots. There is dealing with blind spots. There is things that you didn't know that were part of your psyche, or it is really something that will give you more hope for 2014, because it is really trying to make to start all over again, to start fresh again. And then it is a lot of, for some Sagittarians it will be a lot of cleaning done, and for others it won't be that bad. It simply depends on your unique personal chart. But things that are not really working for you anymore, that you know, whether it is a work or whether it is a relationship, you will see that that will end its way. And especially around the end of 2014, because then Saturn goes into your sign. So I think with Saturn in the 12th house, it's very good to finish and to work on things behind the scenes. So that could be anything. It could be writing a book, it could be contemplating, meditating, finding yourself more, knowing yourself more, and especially knowing the things about yourself that were totally hidden from you. So, and sometimes that can be nice, and sometimes it can be yuck. I didn't want to know that. So you are really knowing yourself way more. I'm not saying that you are not knowing yourself already, but it's just getting better. You're getting yourself, you are really seeing yourself as you are. And that will make you a stronger person when Saturn goes into your sign, and it will make you more mature. And that is what's happening with you now. And of course, fire signs don't always like to have boundaries around them, because Saturn is about boundaries, and you are Jupiter root, which is all about open up those boundaries. So if you're feeling a bit of that struggle, that is what's happening. It's your unconsciousness is trying to show you more things. So be aware of what you dream. Be aware of what is happening in your dreams. If you remember them, they will give you a lot of explanation of what is happening with you. If you have one of those strangest dreams and that during the daytime you're still thinking about that dream, that is a good thing, because it's your unconsciousness that is talking to you and that is trying to restructure and structure our desires as well, structures the things that are good or not good about ourselves, and trying to see who you really are. And that is really a gift, actually, and you will see that in next year. It's going to be very much about a new you in the next year. I mean in 2015, but we're talking about 2014, so you're still in this, especially with your ruler in the 8th house, which is also a house of transformation. So the key word for the first part of the year of Sagittarius is still transformation. With Jupiter there, you are transforming and you are changing from within, which is also always a good thing. It's always a good sign. Behind the scenes, you're changing a lot. People might not see it. People will see it when Saturn comes into your sign. Now in the second part of 2014, so as from the middle of July, there is a huge shift, and you will feel that. You will feel more, having more energy, and having the feeling that you are life is getting lighter, because you shift from the very intense 8th house. So some intense things might have happened during 2013 and the first part of 2014. You have maybe become more interested in things that are hidden, in things that are taboos, and you really find there's a lot of psychological evolution for Sagittarians at the moment. And then when Jupiter enters your 9th house, which is associated with you, you are really going to spread it out, all that you know, all the information that you gathered. And it doesn't matter what you do for a living, you are going to shine with the information that you gathered, because that is actually what a Sagittarian is supposed to do. A Sagittarian gathers knowledge, pieces from everywhere. It's gathering, it wants more and more and more and more. And then it becomes the wise guy or the wise woman, or the wise man or the wise woman. So Sagittarian is a lot about, it's like the hermit the first part of the year, but also a bit of the fool, you could say. And with the fool, I mean, you spread it out with your heart. And you know, if you've got the combination of the hermit and the fool, actually that's very, very strong, because it's the wise person, but it's also the person that has an open heart. You are going to enter the sign of Leo, which is all about the heart. So you are going to feel that you've got this fire again with you, and more likely it's going to go in peaks and very fast. Why? And this is what I'm very excited about. It's the Jupiter connection, which is your ruler, with Uranus. And this is always a good sign because it's in a trine, it's in a good aspect. So you've got Jupiter, you've got Uranus in the 5th house, which is this very hard house. It's the house of creativity, it's the house of romance, it's the house of children, it's the house of you want to show yourself, you want to express yourself, whether it is through art, whether it is through your work, whether it is through your relationships. You want to really be honest and open. And that Uranus there in your 5th house is going to connect with your ruler Jupiter. So watch out for this date that I'm going to give you, and that will be around August, September of 2014. That is a really important time for you. So opportunities can come your way very easily around that time. And most Sagittarians are very open to that. You know, when an opportunity comes up, they jump into it, and it is very likely that it's going to be very successful. So it's connecting your 9th house and the 5th house. Could be a lot of things. It could be connections with abroad. It could be connections with spirituality. It could be connections with children. It could be connections with your self-expression, your being creative, with work abroad. It could be that you start your own business. It could be and that you are using a lot of social media. With 9th houses is really sending out a message. And nowadays, what am I doing here? You know, I'm also sending a message. And hopefully it gives you meaning. So Jupiter is about meaning, and you will spread your belief. That is for sure. It doesn't mean what you do in life. Just by being you, you are going to spread your knowledge in 2014. This is going to be hugely important, especially as from the second part of 2014. So very, very good for you. And Uranus and Jupiter, it is an aspect of success. It is an aspect of sudden success. So sudden things that are very exciting can happen to you. When you are single, you can go abroad and you can meet someone there. And it can be a very romance that is very fresh and very exciting with Uranus there in the 5th house. It's especially when you are seeking this. It is an opportunity there that you are going to meet a very Uranus-like people, and that is really good. So Pluto is in your 2nd house. So Pluto is still Pluto is where we transform the most. So you are still transforming through your the view that you have upon yourself, how you perceive yourself, your self-worth, your talents, what your skills. You are changing them. You are changing your talents. You are changing your skills. You are for other people it can mean money. There are things that you need to open up to and see the reality of money, and maybe you're going to value it in a different way. And Mars is also playing a very huge role, especially that first part of the year again, because Mars is in Libra, and for you that is the 11th house. So you were I think that the first part of the year for the Sagittarians are going to be more inwards, but on the other hand you were also very active with friends. Or if it's not that, you are very active in thinking about what you're going to do in the future. So setting out your goals, taking a whiteboard and really saying, look, this is what I'm heading at next year. That is a thing that you are going to spend a lot of time, and the more you spend time on that, the better that second half of 2014 will be, and the more chances and opportunities that you will have during that period of time. So being so active in the house of, it's really necessary for you. It's also a desire for you to align with people that are like-minded and to play an active role in that. So in making other people aware of what you're aware of. And again, internet, social gatherings, very important for the Sagittarian in 2014. And if it's not internet, it's the gathering with people, it's the networking. The 11th house is the house of networking. So the more you do that, the better you are going to have the results at the very end of 2014. So a time for the Sagittarians with a bit of everything. I mean, for other signs it's not like that. For you it is very much the focus and the intensity the first half of the year, and then showing who you really are. And Sagittarians, most Sagittarians like to do that. So I think that's the most important thing. And the best news is definitely this Jupiter trine with Uranus. It's an opportunity, and it's a trine, so it means it should come easy to you. The harder you work at the first part of the year on your inner self and on the hope that you have to get to know yourself way better and to learn from that and to spot the blind spots. That is still very important for you also in 2014, because you better do spot them and ask for help of friends as well, you know, with that Mars there being active, and maybe sometimes having a bit of a discussion with a friend. Understand that it is there to show you who you are, and you can get a lot of benefits with that. But certainly a time to learn something new, especially as from July, August, to learn something new, maybe to study again, maybe to travel more, to be you, what you are all about. As I said, gathering information, gathering knowledge, and then spread it all out. That is the key for 2014. Wishing you a very good year, have a good year, and see you in the monthly horoscopes. Bye bye.